Yo, what's up guys? Elfuse on the ear, and today I'm back for my round 7 of LC Open. And as I said in my previous video, I'm playing today for LC Open versus LilyAc, which was my former captain from last LCPL last summer. I was very excited to play against her this week. I did prep a lot for her, not gonna lie, so it was something that I was really waiting for. And yeah, so who will win this week will pass into the top 24 of this big tournament. So let's see what we got here. So the first game, I decided to bring Carve plus Larvesta. It looks very good in their scout. So as we can see here, Carve goes insane in that matchup, and as well, Larv is going to be the dedicated pivot to use as a safe switch in for Carve. So we got a standard Poniard. We had a Timber with Defog. Unfortunately, I didn't have T-Punch. I changed it after because you already have Natu to care of rocks, so I think that Defog was unnecessary. As well, we have a standard Coughing with Thief and Pain Split with Sludge Bomb and Fire Blast. So let's get into the game. So I lead with my Carva because I wanted to flip turn on Minfu to deny the Regenerator with Coughing, which could have been very good. And also I anticipated the counter lead for Timber or as well for Larvesta, so which could have been either Natu or maybe in some point Mudbray. So I decided also to go aggressive and directly go for the crunch, get a nice 40% plus the death drop, which helps me a lot. It also forces out the Ferocity, and I get the flip turn that I wanted to also get on Minfu to deny the Regenerator with Coughing. So a pretty good lead, a pretty good beginning for me. They're gonna fake out, which is standard plus U-turn. Nothing to say about that. I go for the Fire Blast. I could have gone for the Sludge Bomb, but you know, I stay in just to get to fish for poison. Unfortunately, I don't get it. I go back to my Poniard just to play safe. And here I go aggressive again, and I decide to put my rocks on the Natu switch out. I value as well to knock the Violite on Mariani because we need to know that Carvana cannot one HKO Mariani if it has its Violite, so it's very important for me to get rid of it. And even if I lose my Poniard Berry Juice, or even if I get burned, I don't mind because Poniard has already done its job, which is to get the rocks up, and also it can knock stuff even if it's burned. So that's very good for me. I'm gonna go back straight to Natu just to pressure him, and that's where I'm gonna U-turn just to see what is set of Mudbray. So here with the damage, we can see that it's either Choice Scarf or it can be Berry Juice sub. So if we look at the team, it's very more probably to be Choice Scarf because you know, if not, you lack a little bit of speed. Yes, you got 19 speed Ponyta, but nothing to go faster than Abra or to have a little bit of speed control. So I decided to scout for it. I go onto my Timber and I go back straight to Natu just to see if they can switch moves. So I'm easy on click Calm Mind to start to, oh no, not this turn. Okay, yeah, it's the next interaction. I go back to Carve on the Roost, which works fine for me. I decide to protect just to see if they want to U-turn aggressively, which could have been a good option for them. I can go here. I make another interesting play. So I go on Poniard on the knock because Natu is normally the safest play for me because I want to deny the entry of rocks since I have Larvesta, and Lily knows that. Of course, she's a good player, and She wants to cripple Larvesta as soon as possible because it will be a pain for her to pass it if if rocks are not up. So I go on the knock on that turn, and I go straight back to Natu just to see if they decide to stay in, and also it covers the Maria switch in. I can comfortably click Psychic, and now we have a Mudbury that is definitely Choice Scarf at that point. I get pawn. You see that I could have sacked pawn way earlier in the game, but I continue to get use of it, and it's very useful at that point. So I predict the Mianfu to come in, which is not very a prediction, but you know. So I click the knockoff, and I saw also I decide to stay in because the Larvesta was very predictable. And that paid off. Also, I wanted to sack pawn at that point, so it helps me a lot. And she decided to forfeit because at that point, Mudbury was useless. The Ponyta will get the rocks. Ferroseed will get the rocks and be in range of Carvana soon. Minfu lost its Violet, so it's so Carv just sweep the team at that point. So a very good G1 from me, I think. Very well done overall. I think I didn't made any misplays. I was able to read the action of Lily in that game, and I'm good to go for the G2. So I will go right here. Excellent. So the second team, I was tempted to use Farfetch Galar. I saw some teams in during the LPL that get use of it, and I found that it could be a little surprise for Lily to face it. I decided to opt for the Choice Scarf set instead of the Eviolite SD or Life Orb SD because I wanted to have a little bit of speed control, as I mentioned. If it was not Choice Scarf, then 17 speed would have been my benchmark. So on the other end, here we have a Harchin, which is uncommon but can be very threatening in some matchups. It will be very important for me to set up rocks to deny a little bit of the capacity of Archons to do to do damage, and also the Grookey can be hard for me to because we will see that it's an Eviolite set, and with the Eviolite set it can tanks it and pivot and bring back Archon. So we'll get into the game. The rest is very standard. So yeah, Life Orb, Grookey. Here you have the normal set of Natu, Marini, Covet, and Pawn Rocks. So simple. Excellent. So I decided to lead with my Mianfu just because I got fake out on that one and not taunt. I win the tie, hopefully. So we go for the knock. She decides to go into coughing. I didn't predict on that one because I was tempted to just to knock, which was the obvious play, but at least to me. But you know, since the last game I played very aggressively. I thought that she would like try to get into my game and predict the knock and just stay in and item kick me, or U-turn and go into Life Orb Diglett or something to revenge kill me. So I decided to play safe. I go for the U-turn. I go back to my pawn. I know that I can live one hit precisely, so it's EV'd for that. It's not a roll. But yeah, well, yes, unless max roll, but you know. So I predict the rock or the sub. I go for the knockoff. I also predict the Mianfu to come back on that. So I decide to go for the Iron Head. Here I go back to my Marini just to play safe, and I could have stayed in, but yeah, it's tough to make the play. She goes into coughing, which will deny my regenerator, so I cannot really win my 1v1. I decide just to sack Marini at that point, which is unfortunate, but you know, it happens. Also, I don't get burns, which is unfortunate, but it happens. I make a good play here, so I go on the fake out just to get my own fake out chip, And then I made a really bad mistake. In fact, it's the mistake of the game that cost me the game. Sorry. So I decided to go for the speed tie, which was really unnecessary. We see that I am in a range of high jump kick, and also that I can just U-turn to kill them. But their Mianfu is pretty low and will die to any hits that will come from me. So it's very predictable that you will try to sack it at some point. And my Marani will come back around at 56% after rocks, so it dies due to high jump kick. I should have sacked Marini because we will see that unfortunately I lose the speed tie and I lose my Mianfu. So it's a very bad thing because Mianfu was like soloing the team at that point or almost. Yes, of course it needs to win the speed tie versus Archen, but it was my biggest piece, sorry, of the of my team. And I should have just sacked Marini because Marini without a Violite will go down to a Life Orb Grassy Glide of like 60 or 70%. So I didn't know at that point that it was a Violite, and also Archangel does massive damage. So it was pretty bad for me, and that yeah, she says health SSLC moment, which yeah, all the sleep dies. I make another bad play here because here I said yeah, she could have tried to lose it, but since my Minfu is out and she has fake out can still be valuable, and also 17 speed helps to maybe win a tie versus Natu and knock off, so that would be very useful for her. So I decided to go for the Grassy Glide, but in retrospect, I think I should have just tried to knock off because it was very likely for her to either sack coughing, which she should have done, I think, at that point, and or yeah, we see that she goes into Guruki. So I see that it's a Violite with the call, and I decide to knock, which I could have probably avoid and sack Marini at that point because she U-turns, and yeah, I lose my Grookey, which is very bad because it was for Archant principally. I goes to Mianfu, will fake out chip, sack coughing. I leave the Grassy Glide. I'm able to remove the Grookey, which is fine. And now I need to play. I need to play aggressively if I want to get back from that. And she knows as well that she needs to play aggressively because Farfetch can solo the team as well. So I decided to switch out, and unfortunately she gets the right prediction and U-turn because close combat was killing Minfu at that range without a Violite. So and now she's able to trap my Diglett, which is very bad. I think on this team it's Scarf Poniard, so that's why she didn't went to it for the Sucker Punch. We see that no Sucker Punch Diglett. And also here, it's not in range of close combat, but I think I should have just click it there, maybe, maybe not. Well, it was pretty bad at that moment, sorry. And yeah, I lose the speed tie as well. I didn't leave the pawn, the EQ. I was trying to not bring Farfetch as many as possible because rocks plus fake out plus switching out switching in switching out. It was I had not many left turns to come in for a Farfetch. So yeah, I lost. I attempted a speed tie that it was clearly unnecessary. It happens, so I learned from my mistakes, and we can jump into the G3. So here we have G3, a pretty interesting matchup, so I decided to go with something pretty safe, but at the same time that was good versus Lily. So I bring Shellos, and I already presented that team in earlier games. So we have the Kirsten Nizia Facade set with we have a CM Natu we have a toxic Staryu mono attacker, and we have also a double toxic with the Larvesta toxic, just to being able to toxic the Frillish, which is the only viable counter to Grookey, sorry, not Grookey, but Shellos, and also Tom Infu, but Tom Infu is not that common, and also Larvesta is a pretty good stuff. So here I'm gonna try to lead with Staryu because I wanted to get a Scald on Minfu, or force the Minfu to fake out or U-turn on Larvesta. I know that she's never gonna stay for Larvesta burn. I can get a free hit on Larvesta to fish for burn, and finally I get a burn. It's the first one. I think on the is it, yeah, I think it's the first one of the entire sets, but that feels good. So you turn on Minfu, which is fine. I can here is another interesting play. So we have a good interaction and a good decision from Lily, because I decided to bring my Minfu versus their Minfu, and we see that here they are in range of high jump kick. So we could have just trade knock and knock, but she was in range of high jump kick, so she decided to switch out. But in retrospect, that was bad for me, because it's most probably the fake out that is coming. So she can go easily on coughing to take the fake out and regenerate with grassy terrain, and she will be in the driver position at that point. So it was a bad play for me, but it's not the end of the world. I can just U-turn and go back into my Staryu, which she predict well, and go for the T-Bolt. I cannot recover on that, so I decided just to Scald and get chipped on coughing, which is fine. It's fine for me. I can go into my Natu and start CMing. So it was in that game that I use CM. So she go for the U-turn. I can go for the Heat Wave predicting pawn, but she predict that well. And here, I could have predicted that as well, but I decided to play safe because I didn't want to lose my Natu very badly just to an aggressive prediction. And so yeah, she goes back to pawn to take the heat wave, the psychic. I heat wave the Mienfu. I'm able to win a speed tie. Yeah, so that's for the G2 speed tie 1-1, and that's good. I go back to Mienfu because she's probably gonna sucker punch at that point. I can knock predicting the Natu switch in. Also, I can live anyone psychic. I'm able to U-turn. I win the speed tie, so that's very fortunate for me. I'm able to just kill the Natu. I will not rock because she was going to probably sack it at that point. I'm able to live the Drain Punch as well, since it's since the Grookey it's burned. I KO it, and now here the only thing I need to care about is not letting Tyrant set up, because Minfu goes down to +1 Psychic Fang, Larvesta is down 1 million times to Rock Blast. Natu will also get hit will die to Rock Blast as well. Pawn is good because he can revenge kill with Sucker Punch, but it's the Sucker God War, and as well we have shells that can take maybe 2 times 3 at +1, but it cannot do something to Tyrant because it's only facade. So it will be the war of I set up, you set up, you set up, I set up, and who will hit the harder, the faster. So that's why I need to be absolutely Minfu versus Tyrant when she tries to set up. That's what I need to do. So she goes to pawn. I go back to Larv just to take the knock, and I get the burn, which is fine. I go straight to the U-turn. Oh no, sorry, the Natu to prevent rocks. Yeah, because the pawn was burned. The U-turn is very predictable, and the only thing that can do pawn that is valuable for her at that point is to put rocks. Maybe she could have knock predicting Yanfu, but it was safer for her to try to set up rocks. So I get it right. I'm happy with that. I go back to Mianfu to hit the knock, and now I can high jump kick once. I can U-turn on coughing to. I wanted to let die the Larvesta, in fact, but she doesn't do that. I U-turn to not let Tyrant set up on me, and it's actually Berry Juice. Berry Juice is interesting. I do a questionable play because when it's Berry Juice, you know that it's sturdy in most of the case. It can be strong jaw, but sturdy is also a very good option when you have Berry Juice. And I am taunt on Yanfu, which I think was really the better play because let's say that I miss high jump kick, I think I lose on the spot, and she's never gonna psychic fang raw because let's say that I hit a high jump kick, she goes down to the sturdy at 1%, and Natu just wins. So the better play was really for me to just taunt, and I have a 100% win. So yeah, fortunately for me, I don't miss, which could have really happened. And she's gonna try to double dance as I switch to maybe Sacklarf, but I don't get the the bait, and I'm able to finish the game and go to round 8. So excellent. I'm very proud of that win. I think it was, let's say, two very good game and one questionable play in G2 that cost me the game. But overall, I think I played very decently with this set. And yeah, I'm very excited to go to the next round. Top 24 is awesome. And yeah, I hope that I have another hype matchup as this one because it allows me to push further the in game and also the prep. So it will be very awesome, and I'll cover it for sure and let you know what happened. So excellent. If you have any comments or any misplays that I made that you would like to comment or tell me, feel free to leave it in the comment. And I'll wish you a very good day, and also take care and goodbye.